Welcome back. So in this episode of the Ultimate Trader Workshop, we're going to introduce something very, very powerful. Now, I did touch on this in a previous video, but we didn't go all the way into it this time. We are. This is called the probe position. So this is the way that the experts manage their trades. Unfortunately, we were never taught this technique. It's a way of managing your trades and managing your capital. In the probe position, again, I talked about this in a previous video. It's where you have a trade opportunity, but you're not fully loading up the entirety of the position that you want to take. You want to use confirmation and test it with a probe position, meaning a fraction of what you wanted to initially place the order with. So if we're talking about a standard lot, you wouldn't place your whole standard lot on there. You don't have confirmation yet. You would, in the case where you see here, the 3-bar reversal, once there's confirmation in the form of your 3-bar reversal, you would only want to test the waters with a probe position, especially on a giant macro long-term opportunity like this. If this looks familiar to you, it is. It's because this is our pound Audi macro A to B is equal to CD trade. That's what you're looking at here, okay? So on the monthly, this is that one that's going to run several months, or maybe it could even run over a year. But again, you don't just say it filled. The A to B is equal to CD pattern filled, and it's overbought, and it looks like it's rolling over, and just load up the bank with it. It's not how this works. That's not how they do it at the highest level. Here's what they're doing that they didn't tell us about. And this is a way to manage, to make sure that you stop blowing your accounts and being able to use confirmation. Let the market tell you what it's going to do. Only get behind the market when it's showing you strength, when it's almost undeniable, I'm going this way, and then you can play the trend is your friend. So let's come back to the week, okay? And remember, there was no reason to enter once the A to B is equal to CD pattern filled at D. It came down and it moved sidewards for like 4 or 5 months, static, locking up your capital. And I talked about this on the macro pound Audi video. Your opportunity. See, listen, we're going to have to get the trade psychology in order if we're going to make it in this thing. There are no ifs, ands, and buts about it. And you got to get rid of the greed, and you got to get rid of the fear of missing out, and you got to have your patience in order, especially for a long-term play like this. So you're not making a move until you get the 3-bar reversal completed. Engulfing candle, doji, trade 3BR, entry and trigger bar closing beyond the doji, confirmation, okay? You don't just load up, okay? There, you're just going to do a fraction. So if you're dealing with a standard lot, you're only doing a micro. You're not bringing on the other 90,000 units until that wins, okay? That's not going to be over until what you see coming next. This takes us to the next most powerful pattern that I can tell you about. Now, I know I talk about a lot of powerful patterns, Syfy, Gartley, Bat, etc. 3-bar reversal, you guys know that's my guy. That's why it's now coined as the trade 3BR. Next up, 3BC, 3-bar continuation. You're probably hearing it here first for the first time. Let me break it down to you. Using, and this is if you get it in sequence, connecting that engulfing candle followed by doji, okay, indecision. In our bias though, okay, followed by trigger and entry closing below its doji. So you basically got 3-bar patterns back to back. 3-bar reversal followed by 3-bar continuation. We're looking very good here. The trade is doing very good, very, very well. And it's almost time to bring on the rest of our position. Now, here's the good part about it. That's only stage 1, because, well, that's stage 2, the probe trade, and then the rest of what is only the first position, okay? Because, unfortunately, we were told that once we got a certain way down, in this case, I'm gonna use the 382 retracement of X to A, that we should reduce the position size, cut it in half, get scared, run, put some in your pocket. The market's gonna take my money if I don't. That was wrong. The market's been taking your money regardless of if you did or didn't, okay? The way that you play this, okay, is that instead of taking, you got confirmation down there to the 382. And there's a couple of ways you can play it. As many times as you continue to get either 3-bar reversals or 3-bar continuations, you continue to add the same amount on the position. Now you're loading up. Why? Because now the market has showed its hand. It showed its hand. The market is saying, I'm strong, I'm going this way. And as long as that sign is still clear, you continue to add positions and not subtract. It's unfortunately how incorrect we've been taught. So you would, along the way, you can continue to add depending on what's displayed. I know I'm speaking off into the future. That price action has not happened. But definitely when you get to the 382, you're going to see what happens at that point, and you're going to continue to come on with positions. When you get down even further to the 618, you're not done yet. Depending on what the market shows you, you're going to continue to hang in there. And once he breaks and closes beyond it, you're going to take the signal that he gives you and you're going to add another position. So that when it's all said and done, instead of, let's say we are talking standard lots, instead of, we don't know if that's going to work out in our favor. All we can do is go with what the market's telling us. And if the market is telling us strength, we're going to trade according to that strength. But instead of having one position in a standard lot, and now it's not even that, because when you got to the 382, you got scared and pulled it, so now it's a half a lot, or who knows what it is, because you just keep penny pinching and you're so scared. Instead of having that little small piece of change as you get close to the 618, what if you got 4 or 5 standard lots in there? That's a completely different story. So welcome to Turning Point, okay? Turning Point is the next addition to the Harmonic Trading Club and Harmonic Trading Academy, where we're bringing out advanced information like that. So the more that I get, the more that I'm able to back test and practice and validate, the more I'm going to be bringing that to the community so we can catch up to the big dogs that are up there that know this. And again, it's such a shame that we weren't told this. Remember, I want you to see this again, okay, before we get out of here, so that you understand it. It's unfortunately, I'm going to say it's very simple. Here's our 3-bar reversal, okay? Our bullish engulfing candle, doji, trigger and entry. The rules of engagement state it needs to close beyond the doji. That happened. That's confirmation. You can go with your probe. Then you get something as powerful as 3-bar continuation. One of the most powerful trend continuation patterns that can happen. We're going to be bringing in another one as we bring in Turning Point, and that's called 3 white soldiers. That's when I'm going to be able to give you a bullish example and show you what 3 white soldiers look like. These are all Turning Point. These are all advanced lessons so that we can have the cream of the crop, basically. So we got just in this direction here. This is a teaser. This is 3-bar continuation. There's another one that's more powerful than this, 3 black crows. We got to bring that in, but we got to go find one to show you three black crows. And then we're going to be able to flip it around and show you 3 white soldiers. But for now, you're looking at a stacking of trade 3BR with 3BC, 3-bar continuation. So don't be stingy with this one, okay? Share this one, okay? The likes are free. Don't be afraid to hit the like button, okay? This is millions of dollars worth of information. All it costs is a like. Okay, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and hit the bell icon so you can be notified. If you know a trader that this can help, please share this video. If you think that this is an amazing video that people should see, they absolutely should share this one. I'm pretty sure you're not gonna be able to come show me anything like it, and that's just the truth of the matter. If it has, I've been in this game for a long time. I would have seen it already. But as always, head on over to the Harmonic Trading Academy playlist where we teach all these things in great detail, these things and much more. You guys already know what it is over there. Everything pertaining to structure analysis, advanced pattern recognition, all of them. everything that you can name it that we can do right now technically as it pertains to structural analysis at the Harmonic Trading Academy playlist. Don't forget about the other playlists that are getting built out. Don't forget about that myth busting series. We're going to continue to grow that out and tear down all these myths and lies and stuff like that. Our job here is to get better. And we can't get better with the filter that's been put in front of our face. We got to get through that stuff. As well as the Ultimate Trader Workshop, where you see things like this being placed. And then we're going to continue to start building out a turning point where it's really time to turn that corner. So, guys, be good. Take care of yourself in the market, and we will see you on the next video.